Yeah.
There's probably a few, there might be a few that are a little bit later because one message came in at 6:30 and the other one came in at 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe there was a time difference or something.
Could have
In
been,
another
yeah.
time zone. Are you from Adelaide?
No, I'm Melbourne. So we're
Oh,
Eastern Australian time.
yeah, so am I. Okay, we've got another one. So we've got up to 25 people now.
Oh, good.
So, okay, I better start or we'll never get this finished.
Okay.
And I love talking about Japan. So thanks everybody for coming along. I'm actually, if you don't know, I'm Mark Norrick and I'm the company director and founder of Life's an Adventure. So yeah, it's very amazing to see how the business has grown. And yeah, I'm really passionate about Japan. We first started offering Japan walking tours 2 years ago, so it's pretty new to us, but they're quite amazing. So I was actually in Japan for 4 months last year. Um, Now, I just like to, that's a cute photo of a night that we had at a homestay. So we just did a night at someone's house, which was very cute. Why Japan? As you can probably see from that photo, they're just beautiful people, first and foremost. They they are so welcoming and lovely. And I think,
The next few slides giving people an
oh,
example.
okay, cool. So,
Lots of metrics.
yeah. Um, just basically going back to life's an adventure as a whole, we have a strong brand, and basically this photo sort of shows what we're all about. We like to why I love Japan. It's full of so many cultural and wow factors. So we always try and have a walk, but walking's only sort of part of the adventure. And really, at the end of the day, we do a wine tasting, or we meet the a person from a shrine, the priest, or we do some um, a cooking class. So every every tour has that cultural aspect to it. We pride ourselves on local cuisine. We do include alcohol in all our nights. So a bottle of wine usually is about half a bottle per person, but less than that. Um, but yeah, so there is that's basically our tour and how we run them. Why Japan? It's so also amazing because of these cultural activities. And that first photo is a washi paper experience, and that's actually making the paper from scratch. And then the really cute thing, this happens on the Kimono Kodo tour, but as you can see, there's dried flowers in each corner of that photo. And then you're making the photo. We try the paper, but the really cool thing is, I'm giving away a little bit of a secret. The guides put your name on an envelope. We put the paper in an envelope, and then we take it to the shrine the next day. And the priest actually signs and says, "Welcome to Japan," or "Welcome to the Kimono Kodo." So it's really quite cool. We also have on the Kimono Kodo a boat experience. So it's a traditional boating method down the river, and that's how people used to get along the river to the Kimono Kudo. And then you see another one there, a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. So everybody in the tours dressed up, and that's really quite cool, actually, to get dressed up, and all the women look gorgeous in their kimonos, and the boys are dressed up too, and but they take their tea ceremony pretty seriously. So there's always that's the cool thing about Japan. It's so culturally rich that and it's so different to Australia. It's not just a walk along, plod along beautiful tracks. It's got the cultural aspect to it as well, and it's so varied. And yeah, that's only three things of maybe 20 to 30 things that we do. As I said before, the people you meet along the way are just so gorgeous. Um, in particular, there's a photo there of me with a beautiful young lady. She's she's actually, and you find this on the tour on the Nakasindo Way. We stay at her Rokan, and she's Yoriko, and she has been the lodge Rokan manager for 17 generations. So,
May, are you showing
uh,
something?
sorry.
Are you showing something? Because all I can see is your face.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going through slides.
I can't see them, but that doesn't mean, can anybody else see them?
You just have to unclick your yeah.
I'm fine. I've got it.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe unclick your video.
we can
yeah,
see it. We can see it
okay.
as well.
That's all right. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. I'm Sam here.
Hi.
What might be the case is sometimes you can press on your profile and pin your profile. That's a setting you can do. And to undo that, it should say remove pin in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Do you see this?
Uh, thumbnail.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, if you just press remove pin, that might do the trick.
Okay. All right. You just keep going with everybody else and I'll try and
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
something.
yeah, keep on
No
playing at it.
worries.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, sorry, moving along.
Oh, I've got it.
Yay!
Oh my God. Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Are you all right?
Thank
No, it's
you.
okay. Not a problem. The other cool thing is, and this is what we do with all our tours, is we've got flexible walking options. So, um, don't be afraid that one of you in your group is a really good walker. We try and extend people and make it a really big day. Maximum walking time might be about 16 kilometres is our biggest day. But on that day, we also offer easier walking options, and in particular, we can cut down every day depending on each day, because each day is different. They have different places we can pull people out. But the guides, there are two guides there on every tour and a bus driver. So you know, uh, you've got three people that can offer different experiences. And I was on a tour last year and they saw a boat go down the river and they said, "Oh, we really like to go on the boat and see the gorge." So yeah, not a problem. So we still had people to do the whole day of 16, but some of them wanted to pull out earlier, and we put them on a boat and made that happen. Hey, at the end of the day, it's your holiday, and we're there to make sure that yeah, you can do that full day walking and experience it all. But if you want to, we can put you in and after lunch, or we can shorten the walk for some of you. So we that's what the guides are there for, to offer that flexible walking options, and we pride ourselves on being able to provide that. Oh, sorry, I've clicked one too many. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry. Our guides, and I'm really proud to say, the last 2 years, our guides were there was a Japanese guide and an Australian host, but this year we have two Japanese guides. The host is Japanese as well, so they are living and locals, and their English of the host is exceptional, and all the guides have exceptional English as well. So yeah, we've got a really good year lined up. You'll either have Haruna, who's beautiful, gorgeous girl, about 38. She plays drums. She's so cool. She comes from Nagano. Or there's Quinlan, who's a sake expert, and he's a great guide. And these are really good guides in their own respect. I don't have their photos at the moment, but yeah. So but the bus driver generally would be non English speaking, but you've got someone there to interpret. You've got, and more importantly, for guys that have never been there, the walking isn't, the only factor. You need, we pride ourselves on teaching you words along the way and teaching you the food, where the food comes from, how to eat the food. It's quite an experience going to Japan, not just the walking, the food, the onsens. It is quite a different place. So the guides are there to help you through, your meals, what this is, all those sort of things. Oh, there you go, the cuisine. It is the only I'd say the thing that guests complain about is there's so much food. That's one thing they do complain about, and that's the good thing is, do your full day walking because there is up to 14 courses, and as you can see on one of those photos, is just amazing. The food and the detail that they go to prepare the food is exceptional. So I think you'll just love the food. If you do have dietary concerns, they're not very good with the dietaries, but we can help you through all those different things. But the beauty is, if you don't like fish, there's another 10 courses that you can eat, and make sure you sit next to someone that loves sushi or the fish, and it'll be eaten by someone else. So there's a lot of variety of the food. It's quite amazing and a really big part of the tour. Yeah, it is quite elaborate in mornings and dinner. And during the day, you would be given, either we go to a restaurant, it might be a sober restaurant, or we stop on the way, or we have a packaged lunch, which might be a bento box, which you'd get from Australia, and you might have some sushi in there and some sashimi and um, those sort of foods. Yeah, but they're beautiful, and we stop up at a little roadside, which is not for profit, and there's little old ladies making the lunches, and they're fresh and beautiful. So that's really cool. Or they stop the bus on the way to the walk, and we collect the lunches off the little old ladies in their car that drop off the food. So they're so accommodating and hospitable. Here we go. A big thing of all our tours is that we have a private transfer. And this was a big thing when I looked at all the different other tour companies that operate there. There's nothing worse. You turn up in Tokyo, or you're, where we're picking you up, and you got your 23-kilo bag, and you got your backpack as well. And then we ask you to, on these other tours, they ask you to catch a Shinkansen, and then you've got a local train or a local bus, and it makes the tour so disjointed. So, but I'm really proud that we have our own private transfer. So when we pick you up at the hotel, you put your bag in the back of the bus, and you just take your little knapsack, your day pack for the walk, and we'll have your bag at the hotel. So there's no hopping on trains and public transport and having to deal with that. So it's pretty seamless. It will turn up to to your hotel, and it just makes for a better tour. So when we pick you up in Tokyo on the Nakasando, we'll start that. You'll drive to the walk, not to, you won't catch this bus and that train, and then you know do something that's insignificant that day. We're giving you good quality, I believe, in the tours, and I think it's a really big part of the tour. Yes, it costs more money. This is probably why we're worth more money, but I think it gives our participants a better quality tour at the end of the day. Um, Our accommodation is handpicked by myself and my wife. When I've been there, I've been to every accommodation and I've checked out every one. And I believe they're the best that are available along the way. And I'm trying to give you a variety. Normally, what would happen is, you pick the best accommodation, but say on the Nakasando, the accommodation's amazing in Tokyo and Kyoto, but as you go more regional, the quality does, it's harder to find those four-star hotels. So, and also the Nakasendo is all about staying in a rokans, which is an onsens, and they're quite an experience. For those people that have never been to Japan, this is one thing I really love about Japan is the onsen etiquette. And every night when you're on a tour, um, you go to the hotel after your walk and you're hot and sweaty. But the cool thing is the Japanese have a public baths in every hotel, and they're called an onsen. And so you can go to the male or the female. Obviously you take all your clothes off, you wash and shampoo and clean up yourself, and then you hop in a beautiful hot tub, which sometimes, as the middle picture shows, it shows you the beautiful view of Doga, Dogahama in on the Mount Fuji Izu Peninsula walk. And they're just beautiful views, and what a great way to relax after a hard day's walk when you're hot and sweaty. Hop in an onsen, and then you jump into your yukata, which is like a set of pajamas, and then you all turn up to dinner in your yukata and have dinner. And what a great way to finish off and sleep. I sleep really well after an onsen. You can shower again in the morning if you're that way inclined, and I was. But yeah, you'll really love the onsens. They are really quite an experience in Japan, quite a unique experience. Now we're going into our tours. Basically, we have 10 tours. I know it doesn't show you all the tours there on that map, but we've got the Michinoko, which is a coastal walk, beautiful coastal walk, badly affected by tsunami. You've got the Nakasundo Way. We've got the Shintetsu Trail, which is in Nagano. We've got Mount Fuji, or really it's not much to do with Mount Fuji, but you see Mount Fuji from the Izu Peninsula. Quite a beautiful coastal area as well. You've got the Kamano Kodo, which is the Kamano Nakahachi Trail. There's all these different ways, a bit like the Caminos in France and Spain. They all go to the main shrine and the Isiji. Then we've got the Kanesaki Spiritual Trail, and we are developing another one in Kishu, which is the bottom near Kanesaki, like a Kishu 11-day tour, which is about to be released. And then we've got another one down in Shikoku, which is that little island to the left of the Kamano Kodos, and it's called the 88 Temple Walk. So cool stuff to look into. More tours to come up. But yeah. This The Way of the Samurai is a great tour for it's 8 days. It's a really good tour for if you've never been to Japan, because you tick off Tokyo and you tick off Kyoto, which are must-see destinations in Japan. But then you're going along the Nakasundo Way, which was basically a pilgrim walk for the samurai that would go and see the emperor in Kyoto. So the Nakasundo Way is basically 76 post towns where you could stay along a route from those two cities, and yeah, they're all the little post towns you can stay at. But the middle ones that we go to are quite beautiful and cute and very, still got the water mills, and they're all wooden and they're quite amazing. So if you're doing the Nakasundo Way, it's about two different cities, but the beauty is the old, 300, 400, 500-year-old buildings and old rokans, and lots of people walking along the way. So they're quite amazing. Yeah, just a point there. If you're doing this tour, obviously, we run it forwards and backwards. So if you're starting in Kyoto, Osaka's only half an hour away, so that would be the airport to go into. If you're starting at Tokyo, the if you're starting in Tokyo, yeah, we pick you up from Tokyo. It's pretty easy, but as we said before, to moderate, there's lots of alternatives each day. Just some of the cool things that we do along the way. There's a Japanese tea ceremony where you dress up in your kimono. Um, the Kyoto Fushimi Inari Shrine Walk is quite an amazing walk of those. They're called the oh, I just had a brain fade. The no, they're basically red shrine totems the whole way of 6 kilometers. They're quite amazing. Um, there's a sake experience as well in Kiso Fukushima, and Japanese woodblock art, which is really cool too. So we do lots of fun things. Mm. And that's a great photo of the post town in Narai, actually. So we have lunch there. As you can see, spoilt rotten at dinner and breakfast. You see all the guests are in their yakutas, so that's pretty cool. And then we tend to end off with a really, really special nights on the last night that's the last photo, is sort of a celebration night in a teppanyaki restaurant in Kyoto. Oh dear. Oh, that's see the I've just had a brain fade, but the photo on the right is the Inari. So it's a famous photo of the Inari in Kyoto, which is designated to the business life. Each one of those is a business sponsoring the totem. Um, yeah, there's a one of my best days of the Nakasendo is the Mount. Oh God, I've had a brain. It's the Mount Kodo walk, and there's a quite an amazing walk that you'll do. Mount Ontake Kodo. So it's a walk that people, a pilgrims walk that we do as well on the Nakasendo Way, and you'll just be blown away with the history and the shrines that are there. So yeah, it's a pretty amazing walk. I'm just going into another one now. So great for beginners, that last one. This one, I wouldn't say, if you haven't walked much, this one's not a good one. This one is quite hard. It's very, very hilly. And the Kumano Kodo is basically, it's like the Kumano, the Caminos in Europe, where they're all going to the Grand Shrine. So that first photo is the Grand Shrine, um, right next to the waterfall. Quite beautiful. We spent a lot of time there, but as you can see, the surrounding mountains are very up and down. So do lots of training if you're on this tour. It's quite a challenge, but it's got it's got all the wows. It's got everything that the last tour had, with onsens and that sort of experience. But it's quite a hard walk. It's 8 days. Yeah, it does start and finish in Osaka. So the good thing is, yeah, it's nice and convenient to fly into. Yeah, it is quite hard, and yeah, I would. It's quite deceiving in that people think, oh yeah, I could do that 12 kilometres or that 18 k's. I think the most is an 18 k's, but there's lots of ups and downs, and then the steps are quite far apart. So there's big steps. So if you're a little person, you find it pretty hard. So you need to be able to walk up and down, and it's definitely bring your poles kind of Oh, thank you for Margaret. Is Kamano Kodo harder than Tarkine or Three Capes? Yeah, I'd say yes. They're definitely harder. Only marginally harder, but the Margaret don't do lots of exercise for it, so you're fit and healthy and ready for it. But I'd say it's only marginally harder than Three Capes. But it's all relative. And the cool thing is, I don't know if you were here before, the every day does have. If you can't, you look pretty fit and healthy, and you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
no, no, I'm aware of the two. I just experienced that on Tarkine. I just did Tarkine 4 weeks ago, and did the longer days.
Sorry.
I've just
Hi,
finished Tarkine. Hi.
hi, Margaret. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really well. Um, yeah, awesome. Well, I think our Mount Farrell day was pretty hard
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
Tarkine, and I'm guessing you'll just be a few more of that.
yeah.
Okay.
There's probably
Thank
two or
you.
three more of those. Just get
Thanks.
lots of exercise for it. That's the good thing about doing these tours. Um, and be prepared, take polls and be prepared for big ups and big downs.
Yeah, he won't like me saying this, but you're fitter than Mark, and Mark's done it. So
Thank you. Well, that's our secret.
Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Um, Yeah, so it's got some really cool wow amazings. It is missing one, but it is a bit of a secret. So we've got the Kamano River Pilgrim Boat Cruise, meditation with a monk in Koyasan, and also we make some washi paper and then get it signed by the priest, which is a bit of a secret thing. But hey, you're in for the secret. Um, yeah, it's the cool thing about the tour as well. Koyasan, where you go on the first day, is like 7 Days in Tibet, the Brad Pitt movie. It is quite amazing. The Buddhists went up there 1,000 years ago and they own all the accommodation, they own the whole town. It's quite a spiritual town. It is a must see, and it's quite amazing actually. If you're on that tour, you're going to love Koyasan. Um, we added it because it's just so incredible and really beautiful to go and see. But then the cool thing is that tour we do stay at the one hotel in the middle in the Hongu region, and the cool thing is you get to put your things out in your hotel room, and you can spread yourself out and get settled in. So the Nakasendo Way is basically 8 different hotels from Tokyo to Kyoto. But the cool thing about this tour is, it's only 88 kilometers from end to end. So we sort of, yes, we have a first day and a last day, but the middle days we tend, because the accommodation's outstanding in the middle, we stay at that accommodation and for four days. But don't get upset. The menu does change in the restaurant quite every night. So you think, oh, you've got to see this menu before. They will change it and they will give different specialities each night. They'll do shabu shabu one night, and then they'll shabu shabu, sorry, and then they'll do maybe sushi another night, and then yeah,
udon.
udon, and yeah, so they really vary the restaurant food. So yeah, lots of ups and downs. There's the main that food on the far right is in Koyasan, which is yeah, we stay in Rinjoin, which is quite upmarket, beautiful con. I think we've got Western beds for everybody, but the guides stay on the ground, on the floor, on a mattress,
Udon.
futons. Yep. Anyway, quite a spiritual walk as well. Um, yeah, it's more about the spirit and the going to the main shrine. Mo- Sorry. Okay, we're moving on. Um, this tour, the Kunisaki spiritual trail is down in Kishu, which is the bottom island. It's only, it's more accessible via Osaka, but you can fly in directly with lots of Korean airlines providers, pretty cheaply through to Fukuoka. So that's its main city. But so this, believe it or not, is my favorite tour of all of Japan, if not the whole world. It it is just amazing. It's just everything was just perfect on this tour, and it's quite an amazing spiritual trail. It was set up by the monks 1,000 years ago, and it has a blend of Shinto and Buddhism, where they both live naturally with each other. Um, it's 8 days in length. It's out of it says here that's wrong, but it starts out of Fukuoka, um, but it's got everything. So the 3-4 days that we do on this tour is, one's mountain fields. There's the second photo, we do a cooking class. The third photo, we went to a sake festival. So pretty cool. I'm that guy, that crazy person with the banner on his head, with our guests. But it was quite an amazing walk. And if you're doing this one, it's just incredible. It's got an onsen. We stay at an onsen. Starts in Fukuoka, and then the cool thing is, yes, we stay at the onsen in Yagamata, and a beautiful accommodation. Lots of ups and downs. One of the days is quite full on with it's about a 12-kilometer walk, but if you're doing this day, there is an easier option if you're scared of heights. And there was an add-on to the day. It was only 3 kilometers, but it was mostly chain, so it was pretty cool. Good question, Kay. How would a vegetarian fare on one of these? Um, we can cater to vegetarians, and you would get a different menu. But as I said earlier before, there's usually 12 different entrees or serves of food. So there's lots of different food to choose from, and they're very big in vegetarian, and we can cater vegetarians very easily. I'm a bit of a shame I'm moving off Kunosaki, but the cool thing about this walk is that it's it, I assume that you'll never go back there again on all these tours. So I want to make it outstanding, and I want you to see what Kunosaki, the spiritual trail, is all about. So we dedicate 4 days to that, but we do have an intro sort of day to the shrine and the temples and how to pray, and then we do the Kunosaki tour, and then we go to Himashima Island, and we do a walk there and interact with the tourists there, with the locals there. So it's very community, and it's not laid on. It's pretty natural, and yeah, very
You
very
said you
cool
didn't see
tour.
another
Yeah,
walker.
yeah, we didn't see another walker on that whole trail, or another tourist in Kishu. So not not as developed, not as it's a more special for me. I really enjoyed it for that fact. I like to get away from all the crowds. All right, so we're getting on to Bashu, and hopefully we've got some people that are doing Bashu. This is basically based out of Sendai or Fukushima, which is north of Tokyo. It's about 3-4 hours in a Shinkansen north of Tokyo. And this is named after a famous poet who went hiked through these areas and did lots of poems along the way, which we might ask our clients who are on this one to give us poetry along the way every night. But it's 7 days in 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 total. It has lots of different aspects of the tour. It goes up in the mountains and you see you walk around a caldera of a mountain one day. Another day we walk with a bonsai artist and see what inspires him to create the bonsai. So that's really quite cool. Yeah, it's only what 1.5 for a bullet train from Tokyo, so it's very they go at 300 kilometers an hour. So it's not that far away. Um, some of the wows, the art of the bonsai demonstration, the boat cruise. It goes to geez, I can't remember the place, but beautiful boat cruise through islands, traditional dance performance, um, and a traditional Shinto ritual at the shrine. So it's got everything, this tour as well. Staying at a beautiful onsen. It's quite varied. There's a Matsushima is the island cruise that it goes through. It's but one of the three wonders of Japan, Matsushima. Very, very pretty. And that's a gorge there. Um, we're heading into another area, which is the Michinoko Coastal Trail. And this was just outstanding. Another really cool place to go because it's out of the tourist um, trail triangle, not so traveled. And Michinoko basically it starts close to Hokkaido. It's north of Tokyo, in a place called Hachinohe. And as you can see from the first photo, it has amazing coastlines, um, as you can see through there. Lots of cultural, incredible experiences. And the cool thing about this tour is that you're supporting an area that was, believe it or not, you probably know this, but 26,000 people lost their lives in 2011 with a tsunami that devastated this whole coastline. And the cool thing is the Japanese government put this coastal trail together to revitalize the communities along the way. So this has been put together, and the main focus is the memorials and the what people did in the first few days after the tsunami, and there's some beautiful stories to share. It's a great walk. It's a great, yeah, beautiful onsens, beautiful accommodation, great experiences along the way. The middle photo was of the fishermen that we go and have a lunch with the fishermen with their fresh catch. Um, so we do lots of cultural activities. Very pretty, very beautiful. Yeah, as you can see there. Oh, sorry, I've pushed it too many times. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. It's about 9 days. Starts in Hachinohe and finishes in Sendai. We have a lunch at a fisherman's hut. We make salt, um, do a traditional craft experience, and two cruises along those cliffs, which ends up at our hotel, and we'll go to the museum. It's quite a hard walk, um, but pretty easy for Margaret that we met before. But it's only got 12 kilometres max that day. But some of the walks are challenging on this 9 day, but pretty cool tour. Oh, that's more of the coastline, and that's a photo of I think it's Goga Shima Hotel, which is, yeah, as you can see, beautiful setting. All the hotels are pretty magnificent on this tour. Love them. Um, oh, this one's another really cool tour. It's we don't walk Mount Fuji, but it's it does basically the Izu Peninsula, and it's quite a um, world renowned geological site in that it's got some amazing walks. But basically it's 2 hours. Izu Peninsula is 2 hours from Tokyo, south of Tokyo, and it's this amazing peninsula which on day one you go past Mount Fuji, and we walk in Hakone on a ropeway, and we see Mount Fuji, and then along the eastern side of the Insu Peninsula, you don't see Mount Fuji, but we do a geisha experience on the first day, which is quite amazing. I'm really proud of that we do the geisha experience because that that experience, 100 years ago, there were 3,000 geisha in Atami, but now there's only 30. So we are keeping an incredible, unique Japanese cultural experience. Geisha is basically women that entertain a group of people. So they dance, they do traditional dance and play music during dinner. So costs a lot of money, but I'm really proud that we do that. Um, yeah, so that's just one of the. And I haven't heard of any other company that does a geisha experience like we do at their dinner. So I'm pretty proud of that. It's a little bit more authentic in. Oh, hi, Bev, to everyone. Did you say we don't see Mount Fuji on the walk? Yes, you do. So you see it on day one, but you don't see it on day two, day three, day four. But you will see it from 200 kilometers away on day five. And then on day six, you probably see it from 80 kilometers away. And then day seven, you'll see it 10 kilometers away. And it is outstanding. If you've never seen Mount Fuji, it is a massive mountain. It dominates the landscape. It's quite an amazing and an exciting thing to see. I think it's the most excited I've ever been in my life to see a mountain. Yeah, it was quite breathtaking. So yes, you see it on day one. You don't see it on the eastern side, but you will see it on the western side as you're coming back up that other side. Now, Izu Peninsula is like a wedge, like a little wedge of, a triangle. You're going down one side of the wedge and then coming back up. And when you're coming back up, you see Mount Fuji from those different days. Great tour because it's easy for flights from Tokyo. So yeah, you fly into Tokyo, fly out of Tokyo, and there's some of the things. Hello, Tanya. You've got a question there. Mount Fuji in April is perfect weather to see it. I think it's going to be a bit cold. This season's been pretty, it's still in snow, but it changes. It's a very temperate climate and it changes very quickly. And yeah, it'll be perfect. Mount Fuji in April. It won't be affected by. We don't climb Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is quite nearly, is about a 12-hour walk, and it's pretty crazy. We don't do it. Oh, thanks, Taylor. Our typical group size would be anything from 4 to 12, but I think there is a couple of groups that have requested we can go up to 16, but usually it's only 12. We only take 12, but I think a couple of groups have asked for a little bit more. I've got another question there. What pick of the month to do Kamano Kurdo? Um, Kamano Kodo is there's only a short window. I would say April into May, but then I would do it in October and November. Kamano Kodo would be my perfect time to do it. It does get a bit hot in, definitely wouldn't do it in August or early September, but it's like weather. Oh my God, it's so hard to predict sometimes. As you can see, yeah, there's a beautiful volcano there, Mount Omoro, which we go and visit on day 2. It's part of the Jogastiki coast. There's a beautiful geisha girl that I met all of them last year, which was quite an experience. Um, yeah, really, really cool tour. It's hard to say which one's my favorite, but yeah, maybe the Kunisaki. But they're all very, very cool. They've all got their pluses and minuses, I suppose. Yeah, we got any other questions, guys? We don't currently. I've got a question here from Joe. We don't offer any walks in January, February because it is too cold. Um, you could, yeah. Look. We start walks in March. No, we don't even start them in March. It's just it is too cold. Um, you could start, but I reckon when I was there last year, there was still snow in the upper areas, and we couldn't do one or two of the walks in the Nagano area, but definitely towards sea level, everything opens up late March, early April. So the prime time and all our tours are really April, May into June for the lower areas. And then, yeah, sort of May, June, great for Nagano, your upper areas, a bit like going to Europe. You go to the Alps in the middle of summer, so Nagano and the Shintetsu, but then it's a bit too hot in the lower areas, and then it opens up again. Nakasendo Way would be perfect in September, October, even November. The beauty of Japan, it's got if you're going in early April, you will see the cherry blossom, but the cherry blossom is very crikey. They don't tell us the cherries don't blossom when we want them to. They blossom when they want to, and it's usually the first couple of weeks of I think the first couple of weeks of April, and you can see them, inland and upper. They sort of start on the lower areas and then work up, on higher altitude. And the cool thing is also, sorry, I'm going also into um, October, November. November is such a stunning time to walk in Japan too, because the season is your fall and all the leaves turn from green to brown, and it's quite spectacular. So if you're going in November, I wouldn't roll out November, but January, December, January, February is too cold. What time of year is Kishu Island tour, please? Geez, they're basically, I don't think, or they're all sold out in April and May this year, but there will be a September, October, and a November. One of them sold out. We could find out now, couldn't we, Sam? Kunisaki, when they're on, Tanya. But there's definitely a September and we're just finding out when it's on for you. Any more? Oh, what sort of footwear would you recommend for Kimono Kodo? Um, Thank you for that question. I would go, I wouldn't go the steel cap kind of shoe that you would wear with packs, and I wouldn't go with, a sand shoe, a street sand shoe, but I would go for something. I wear a ankle support with really good grip and go a good name. Some something like an approach shoe might be good for hills and things like that. But definitely wear them in and yeah, try them out before you get there. Yeah, it can get really hot and humid down south. So imagine that's in the northern hemisphere. So, in Australia, everything south of us is colder, basically. So in the northern hemisphere, everything north is colder. So that has a narrower window. But yes, Kishu is hotter. So I would tend to to see that more later in the seasons, um, to be on the safe side. Hmm.
I'm just going to jump in quickly. Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I just put a little link in the chat for everyone to click on. This is a link to a YouTube video. It's a testimonial from one of Mark's friends that he met on the Kunisaki walk last year. Yeah, from Sarah. So it's a really, really lovely message from her. Unfortunately, I can't share it on my screen, but if you want to click on that in your own time, just watch it. It's about a minute long, and she just jumps into why she had such a fantastic time with Life's Adventure.
And dates of Kunisaki.
Yeah, yeah, in the screen.
All right. Yeah, we've just put the dates for Kunisaki. So it looks like there's a September 24th date, 15th of October, 29th of October, and then we've got 26 dates. So yeah, there's 6 dates to pick from, and that's on the screen. Any other questions, or do you mind if I go back up through the questions? Hi, Taylor. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but I haven't done the Three Peaks in New Zealand, so I would say no, it's not as hard. But yeah, those Three Peaks are probably pretty full on. No, it wouldn't be as hard as that, but I'm having a guess. Um, I think I've answered everybody else's questions. Thanks for so much. Any more questions, anybody? It's been a pleasure to talk to you all. Yeah, I think I've gone on for too long from now, but if there's anybody got any more questions, I just really wanted to say thank you so much. There was over 20 people, 26 people 28 people actually that joined us today. So thank you so much. I just want to reiterate that yeah, we put these tours on because we're passionate about it. We love, well, we love all the tours we do across the world, but Japan is a really special place because of its cultural. It's not just about the walk, but we try and introduce you into the food, the culture, the learning the language. The guides are amazing. I'm so proud our staff are going to show you a really great time, introduce you to all the culture and the words and the all those. Our accommodation is quite good. I think because of the value of the dollar, I think it's a great value tour for the price. We go to what I believe is the best accommodation. We do all those sort of added activities, and you don't have to put your hand in the pocket for anything else. So everything's covered: your alcohol, your food, all your added activities. Yeah, have a really good time. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along. I've got one more question. Do I do self-guided? No, I don't. I'm sorry. No, we don't do self-guided currently in Japan. Oh, Nagari, Nari, is it Nari? Sorry, you missed the webinar. I'm on Queensland time. Yes, we will get a copy of the recording. It will be on the website. And Nairi, can you maybe give us your email address, and we'll personally send
You can
a
send
copy
that
of.
in private, Neri. You can send a message privately on here and just send us your email, and we can I can send you the link directly. But I'll also show everyone on the screen where you can find our webinars. So if you're on our Life and Adventure page, and then on the right hand side you see deals. Then underneath deals, the second bottom is monthly webinar. On here you can see what the most recent webinar is on. So I'll upload it onto here. Then what you can do also is just click on the name here, and that'll take you to our YouTube page. You can click on and see all the webinars. So we've done one on Tasmania that's awesome, a Europe webinar. See all the webinars there. So yeah, please feel free to watch all of them. And if you've got any questions, super easy to reach out. We'd love to have you phone us with our phone number here. But also you can just email us. So yes.
Thanks very much, everybody. And those people that are going on the tour, have a great time. Love to hear from you. And thanks so much, everybody. See ya.